Hey Fisherman, Aqua Duelist here, and I want to talk about a deck that's just, like, honestly, it's gotten a lot better since its debuted back in 2017 Maximum Crisis. Like, it's kind of insane because nobody's playing this deck. It's kind of just been forgotten and swept under the rug, but yet it's just gotten loads of stuff that works with it. It's kind of insane. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about Phantasm Spirals. I did deck profile on these one time, and I'm planning on doing another one. Hopefully next week, Tuesday. Just waiting on one last card to come in. So, guys, we're jumping into this just discussion of just how this deck has gotten some stuff that really just boosts its potential. Just go ahead and harpoon that subscribe button, guys. Really helps the channel out. A lot of you guys who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so it'd be awesome if y'all did that. And we're going to go ahead and just kind of talk about this. So first of all, if you aren't familiar with Phantasm Spirals, revolves around field spell. And basically playing some non-effect monsters. So the field spell is called Pacifist, the Phantasm City. It's treated as Umi, so you got some cool things you can work with there. And then the turn you activate it, you can't summon any effect monsters. Once per turn, if you summon a non-effect monster, you get a token. Or I'm sorry, you get to add a Phantasm spell or trap from deck to hand. So that's pretty cool. And then if your opponent activates anything, you just get a Phantasm token, which is level 8. Water worm monster, 2000 attack, 2000 defense, I believe, as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And it keeps generating that token as long as you don't control one. So you can do some pretty cool stuff to out that token, and then you just get another one. So yeah, there's pretty cool stuff you can do there. But you basically play that, a couple of vanillas, and then you play the traps, which one of them basically makes your opponent's monsters lose 1000 attack and defense. I think it negates effects as well, but I can't remember on that. And then you have one that basically pops an opponent's monster. I think it's either pops or destroys a card they control. I can't remember exactly. I haven't really read them super recently, so. But what's cool with these, if you have the field spell, you get to use them as hand traps. That's pretty freaking cool. Really awesome. So this deck has actually gotten quite a bit of support, and I kind of wanted to talk about some of the more recent ones that have come out, or recent things that have come out that I feel just really works well with the deck. So a couple of the Tangy cards actually work really well with it. You have Fist of the Unrivaled Tengi, stupidly good. And what's really cool is if your opponent pops it, you essentially get to drop non-effect extra deck monster from on your extra deck on the field. So free Blue Eyes Ultimate White Dragon right there. That's pretty freaking good. But as far as the Tengi monsters go, honestly, there's a couple of them that are really freaking good with this. Granted, you can't summon them the turn you activate Pacifist, but you have the the Wind Tengi, which basically you can banish it from hand or grave, and then your non-effect monster gains 1500, so it's like an honest. Then you also have the water one, which is a monster reborn for if a non-effect monster gets destroyed. Then you have the fire one that's basically if your opponent targets a non-effect monster you control, you negate the activation, so that's pretty cool. I feel the Wind Tangi is the best one though. But what's cool with these is the fact that you control non-effect monsters, you can just special summon them. So you can special make the Tengi Link one that's a non-effect, and then you can basically get that free little extra body for the extra damage right there, and get, just banish them from the grave to, use their effects. So that's pretty good, honestly. Something, too, I want to point out that works really well with these cards is, I think it's Waterfall of Dragon Souls, which was also in Maximum Crisis. No one's really, used this card with Phantasm Spirals, but honestly, I mean, it's because, we have, Paw of Extravagance now, but, honestly, Tengies make this better, because, you can essentially activate, you could add, a Tengi from deck to hand, so that's pretty cool. And then, if you really want to, you can pop your token and draw 2. So in a sense, it's like a budget version of Extravagance. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But the Tengies definitely make it a bit better and a little more worth playing it, I feel. And the Waterfall Dragon Souls is stupidly cheap too. So yeah, had to bring that up. Excuse me. And then another card I really kind of wanted to talk about is Underdog, which a lot of people kind of complained that Underdog in particular was just a bad skill drain. But the thing is, though, Underdog is a good card. I'm not gonna say it's amazing or it's terrible. It's very niche-ish, or very much like a niche card, and there's not really any decks that it really fits in. And I think the deck that it fits the best in is Phantasm Spirals. And, a variant of, Familiar Possessed that just basically focuses on, making your Familiar Possessed big beat sticks. Those are the only 2 decks that honestly come to my mind. But I mean, the thing is with it, putting it in Phantasm Spirals, though, is the fact that it just doesn't matter. Essentially, yeah, it's your opponent's turn, but you're playing vanillas. It doesn't matter right there. So it's effectively you're playing 3 more copies of skill drain in a sense, like a half a skill drain. And honestly, your opponent not being able to use any effects during your turn. So, they just can't, use Dragoon's effects or something. You guys get, or just for example, you guys get what I'm saying here. I think it's really just awesome that Underdog has, this deck that just fits so well in. And honestly, what's great is the fact that, with this deck, everyone just basically does, the whole Megalomasher thing. At, Megalomasher build. But the thing is that's cool is the fact that this produces water tokens. So a lot of the super generic water stuff that comes out that over the years could possibly be useful to this deck. There's also a really cool hero variant to this. It's something I definitely want to try out. Honestly, and then I was looking at just generic, I guess you could say non-effect, types and such, for, particular types, dragons. I was looking at, non-effect dragons to see what was there and what they have to really just, generic support dragons would have. Really do stuff, in this deck. And honestly, dragons have a lot of stuff. So, throwing in, Alexandrite Dragon, Luster Dragon. I think it's, Luster Dragon 1 or 2, level 4. I can't remember which one. And, just throwing in some, really powerful dragon, spell or trap cards would be, stupidly good. There's just so much you can do with this deck. And it's just insane that there's just so many, it's just so much creativity with this. And the fact that even though it's not a top meta deck, no, you can actually do stuff with this. You can win locals and such. but it kind of got swept under the rug because it's common and rares for the Phantasm cards, and we're in this point in Yu-Gi-Oh where like nobody's playing vanillas except for ballpark players mostly right now, and there's not a lot of us. Let's just be real here. Oh, and then soup ships. That deck's pretty cool. But you guys get the idea. Just we're at this age where a lot of people just kind of like are at like, what's a non-effect monster? What's that vanilla? Like, why is it not having an effect? And like honestly, it's just really sad. Like it's sad that we're at that point, because like I've honestly been playing the game forever since when effect monsters or non-effects monsters were like top tier, and here we are. But this deck has just a lot of potential, straight up. And I think the further we go, this deck just gets more and more potential. Like it's a very solid deck, and there's just a wide array of just so many ways to play it that honestly a lot of people really even haven't looked at, and I feel like even people who play this deck haven't looked at. So guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you liked it, or if you like it, go ahead and harpoon that like button, harpoon that subscribe button for more awesome content, and link in the description down below to my Instagram if y'all want to check that out, and drop any comments y'all have, and I will see y'all in the next video, guys.